basketball is you get to play right away usually. So after Saturday's performance, kind of looking forward to playing right away again on Tuesday, see if we can fix it. I think our guys understand our energy's got to be better. Playing it less than max effort isn't getting it done for us. We got to play harder. We got to be more locked into scouting reports. I think our defense is where it needs to be. Our offense can feed off it. Obviously, our offense has been struggling here lately, but I think guys are missing shots because they're too worried about making shots, not worried enough about playing hard, making effort plays, getting stops. And if we get stops, we get out in transition and playing the flow a little bit more, and guys just lose themselves in the flow of the game. They'd be a little better. So that's where we're looking to get back to. Obviously Vanderbilt's not an easy team to get back on the right path against. They're tough. They don't quit. We had them down 23 at their place. They came back, made it a really tight game late. We've got to be better against them than we were last time, and we've got to be a lot better than we were on Saturday. But I think our guys understand that the effort's got to get better. I thought we've had two pretty good practices these last 2 days.
Taylor.
Hey, Coach. Just curious about how this team has handled this loss after such a long win streak, and is it different than maybe how other teams have handled it in the past?
Yeah, I mean they know what they've got to fix. They talked about what they've got to fix. I think this is a deal where we didn't play like we know we're capable of playing, and this isn't who we know ourselves to be. So let's get back to being who we want to be, who we think we are, who we've proven to be in the past. And I think, no reason to panic. I mean, it's basketball. There's 31 games. They shot well, but if we don't change things, things aren't going to change. We have to play harder. So I think they're going to respond well. I mean, we've had, the UConn game, play right away, like almost no time in between. The Gonzaga one, we didn't. I thought this game was similar to Gonzaga, where we just didn't play hard enough. And the other team's offense really got going because we let them get going. I thought we responded pretty well in that game. After that loss, I think our guys will respond well and play a lot harder moving forward.
Mike.
You don't want to lose by 24 points. Is this something that you didn't hate that it happened to kind of mentally reset this team before conference play or against?
Yeah, you know what? We've been trending the wrong direction for a couple weeks now, in my opinion. I think we got away with some teams missing open shots. We didn't get away with that against Oklahoma. If you left them open, they're making shots. I mean, they shot better from three than we did from the free throw line. So, yeah, it's one of those deals where I think we maybe played poorly and got away with it before that, just because teams miss shots against us, or sometimes miss free throws, whatever. This is a game Oklahoma was locked in, ready to go. They needed to win bad. They weren't in the bracket, according to anybody, kind of halfway through conference play. They needed to get a signature win, and they went out and got themselves a signature win. So we, on the other hand, I didn't feel like we played with any kind of sense of urgency. So yeah, I mean, if you're not going to play with a sense of urgency and you're not going to play hard, you need to lose the game. The point needs to be made. You can't get away with doing this. So we lost by a significant margin, and we needed a wake-up call.
James.
You talked a little bit about the wake-up call and the response. Just what was practice like today? Was it a little more intense than normal, or kind of did it go today?
Yeah, it was a lot more intense. We had two teams that got after it. Some guys coming off the bench. I think we're playing extremely hard and trying to reestablish themselves. They deserve some minutes, and based on practice, they do. So, we told them after practice, if we don't have 4 minutes for guys to get warmed up. We've got plenty of guys that want to play and are ready and showing that they're going to play hard. If we're not going to play hard, you're not going to stay in the game, period. There's no warm-up time to start to play hard. As soon as you get in the game, you got to play hard. As soon as the ball's tipped, you got to play hard. But yeah, practice was definitely intense. Even yesterday, we hadn't been going live the day after the game. We went live for some of it. We didn't go long, but we did go live. And I thought some guys played a lot harder last night too.
Nick. Yeah, Ryland mentioned post-game that they maybe didn't listen enough to you guys warning that could happen. Do you get the sense they're listening better now, that they kind of understand the ramifications of their actions that way?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's unfortunate sometimes you have to take a loss to really get a wake-up call. It'd be nice if you could learn after a win, and I was hoping that, but we didn't play well against Mississippi State. I mean, start the first half, we had to come from behind large margin in that game. I was thinking we'd be mature enough to learn after a win, but obviously we weren't. So if the loss happened, no, hopefully we learn, because we're a really good team when we play hard. But when we don't play hard, we don't show other teams down. I mean, our defense has been our calling card. We're not playing hard. Your defense isn't very good. So, I think the wake-up call was received.
Charlie?
We had Brandon in here earlier, and he got a lot of questions about how teams have started to defend him differently. But for him individually, over the first 2/3 of the season, have you seen him progress and evolve his own game?
Yeah, I think he understands what he can do when he's not scoring. Like, he can still impact the game in a lot of ways. His defense, with his length and athleticism and IQ, he can be a great defender. We can get out in the break more when we're getting stops. If they're denying him the ball, we can turn him into a screener and get his teammates downhill, at which point the guy playing him is going to have to loosen up at some point. We can get him to get other guys freed up to shoot. He's got to learn how to come off screens a little better sometimes, like set his man up. I think he's a high IQ guy that's used to scoring the ball that, early in the season, if he wasn't scoring it, you could tell he's getting frustrated. I think now, as long as he's playing well, playing hard, and our team's doing well, he doesn't get that frustrated. He's just continuing to, take what the defense gives him. And sometimes, look, the more people you get on the floor, the harder it is to score. So sometimes it's him taking this guy out of the play and us playing 4-on-4 with no help, because you put him in the spot where the help should be coming from, and they're not going to help off him. So your bigs get rollers. At that point, it's college basketball. Like, the other team at some point is going to quit giving up layups and stuff. So this guy's going to loosen up, and we can get him free a little bit. You saw it against Arkansas. He was 0 for 0 in the first half. They did a great job. He didn't get frustrated. He kind of had that run there when we broke it open late in the game, and he was big in that run. So I don't think you can completely keep him from touching the ball for 40 minutes very well, especially with how fast we play and how much we get in transition. So he's matured in that he understands he can impact the game a lot more ways than just scoring basketball.
Awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned you think this has been kind of a 2-week period where your team's not been playing well. So what are the keys to kind of hitting the reset button and get back to playing like one of the best teams in the country?
Effort starts with our effort. It's got to be max effort on every play. Starts with losing yourself in the game, not being concerned with whether you make or miss shots. Just be a lot more concerned with how hard you're playing, how blue collar you are. How are we shutting the other team down? Because if you look, it's not like turnovers have been a big issue. We've gotten those pretty much scored away. But I think just losing yourself in the game, playing hard again, not assuming anything, and then we got to get our attacking, aggressive on the offensive end. Like, we've got some guys playing passive, in my opinion, because I think they're too worried about missing shots, turning it over. Like, we got to play aggressive. Like, we got to get our edge back on both sides of the ball.
Next two opponents, Vanderbilt, obviously you played them before. What goes into the game plan for a team in terms of what can really carry over from the last game versus we need to reassess how they performed since we last played them?
Yeah, thought that the Mississippi State game 1 versus game 2, they made more improvements than we did. So Vanderbilt game 1, game 2, I'd like to see us be the team to make better adjustments, more improvements than Vandy, and I think a lot of that just has to do with, Vandy's a tough, physical, hard-nosed, and they take after their head coach. You watch Stack play, like, he back down from anybody. His teams don't back down from anybody either. Like, Malora Brown's one of the most tough, physical centers in the league. Robbins is out. They got him playing hard. They got a lot of hard playing guys. So it's gonna be a tough game for us. They never go away. Go back to our last two games, though, we've had large leads that we've let get away from us. I mean, last game we were up 23 with about 12 to go, and they cut it to a very tight game late. Same thing happened at their place last year. Same thing happened in the SEC tournament. We were up big, and they came all the way back and beat us by double digits. So that no matter what the score is, they're never going to quit playing, and we gotta keep playing hard. Like we can't assume we're going to get a lead, because if we don't play hard, they're going to jump on us. B, if we do get a lead, we got to continue to play hard like it got us there. So I'd like to see improvements in that from game 1 to game 2. You know, every time we play a team for the second time.
Has there been any reference to the 2021 team and kind of how this is a very similar situation, losing at Oklahoma in the SEC Big 12 Challenge, and then how that team was able to finish strong? Has that been something you're talking about with this team?
Yeah, in our team meeting yesterday, Quinn really brought that up because he was on that team, which was a great point to bring up, because we didn't get blown out at Oklahoma, but we did lose at Oklahoma. We thought we went through a little stretch there where we didn't play as good a basketball as we could. We took a loss in the Big 12 Challenge, which didn't affect the SEC play, and then kind of bounced back in SEC play. So Javon brought that up with the team, but we got to get back to, it's not just going to happen because that's the way it happens. Like that team in 21 made it happen. Like we took the loss, guys regrouped, we got to play harder, we got to change things. Like things don't change unless you make them change. So, but that was definitely brought up. But Javon, who was on that team, is also on this team.
Taylor.
Big picture, just looking back at how this team has grown since August, maybe what's the biggest thing that you've noticed that maybe a general fan wouldn't see?
Our defense is, when we're playing hard, our defense is more connected, better, we understand it. I think we've improved dramatically on the defensive end. I think overall, the group's got a lot more experience. They can, weather some storms. You go back to August, we blew out all those teams on the foreign trip. So can we fight through in the adversity? We didn't really have any adversity in August, so I think we've shown we can. We've had adversity within a game, being down 15 to Houston, fought through it. We've got some adversity right now that we've got to face, and just took a big loss, largest loss since we've been here. Can we bounce back and get our identity back? So I know we can. Remains to be seen whether we will, but I think we've learned that. And it's hard to tell how tight knit the group is when things are going well. In August, it looked like we had great chemistry. I think everybody in the country feels like they have great chemistry in August. Go on a foreign trip, you win all 3 games by large margins. Everybody's playing minutes. And what's your chemistry look like after you lose by 24, after guys aren't playing as many minutes? And it's a lot easier to have great chemistry when you're winning, because you're not going to question the coaches that much when we won. We lose, I should be playing more. If I'd have played more, maybe we don't lose. But I think this team hasn't done that. They've stayed together pretty well. So I think through adversity, through being tested, we see that we do have really good chemistry, to be honest with you.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks.